It's unnerving. When crypto is swerving, your portfolio is veering down a deep black hole. But if you watch Road Dogg and you listen closely, he will help you gain control. Well, if you think this channel is groovy and you'd like to show your support, well, there are a few things that you can do. Find that like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel. And
let's hit the like button now. Let's hit the like button now.
it's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. It's Crypto Rival. They're in the drive you out. Let's hit the like button now. Let's hit the like button now.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah. Christmas is coming. Yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too. Oh yeah, yeah.
us together. Oh, I put a turkey to roast, stuffed with nutmeg, apple, and butter. So now I'm asking you, hoping you'll take this right. Do you wanna make plans with me?
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Why don't we make
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Christmas our Christmas? Why don't we make your Christmas my Christmas, our Christmas? Girl, why don't we now? Why don't we now?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to get started here.
Don't you think that the holidays should be all
Find that button.
mulled wine by the fireplace with the one you're dreaming of?
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dogg, and my name is Lane, and I am the village idiot in charge of this show tonight, and we are taking a look at crypto trading on the weekend. Guys, did you get prepared for the weekend? Because we usually have drops. We don't have retail in here just yet. They're coming. Got to give it a little bit of time, but they're just not here yet to buy our bags. Hey, there is Strega in the house, and we got crispy chicken here. Chris says, great intro. Did you get to see it? That took a lot of freaking work, man. That's got me behind schedule a little bit, but it was still a little fun. Guys, taking a look at crypto bubbles right now. A little bit of a mixed day. I am not expecting a thrilling weekend. There will be a time when the weekends will be thrilling. Those are cool, but they're not here yet. So my game plan personally was to take a little bit of profit in some of these altcoins, so I'd have a little bit of dry powder to put into play probably Sunday, something like that. You know how they like to do late Saturday night, Sunday. My camera's about to fall the freak off. And those could be some juicy times to pick up, you know, some good discounted altcoins over the weekend, I think. I didn't get to take as much profit as I wanted to because, well, I got sidetracked with some other stuff. But, you know, it will be what it is. So checking out Bitcoin here on the 4 hour because, well, why not? It's a good time frame to check it out on. And you can see where we're getting rejected here at the 44,000 area. We went up once, got up a little bit higher, lost our trend line right here, but we haven't fell. We're just been in a range, right? A range right here, about 43,472 seems to be holding so far. Make sure I turn my microphone back on there. Kind of bad for doing that. So the question is, are we going to drop further? Well, it's a possibility. We're getting close to this Ichimoku cloud. That's kind of making me kind of look sideways at it a little bit. Double top scenario? Possibly. I'm sure that is the talk of the town at the moment. Let's zoom out just a little bit. See if we can get a little bit of a better look here. Could it be a double top? Well, I'm going to say yes, it's possible. There's a little bit of bearish divergence, although it's not huge. There is a little bit of a, a high here and a lower high here. That's a swing down, right? But our price action is pretty much level, so that means that this is kind of weak. And if it does play out, I wouldn't expect very much from it at all. And if it doesn't play out, well, then they may be throwing us a curveball.
But the daily chart says that we got a good chance to come back down and retest this 9 moving average. Now that's coming in about 42,800 right here. We don't want to see it cross. It could. If it does, we go into the cloud. Oh gosh. Man, the rest of this month and probably half of next month's going to be trying to get out of that mess. We want to see price keep going. Of course we do. Will it? It's too early to tell. What I'm doing is I'm tracking the 4 and the 6 hour. I kind of click on that 6 hour by accident. If you're tracking on the 4 hour, you're looking at this 150 moving average. Both of those are together. Now, ideally, we need that 50 to cross that 100 to give us a little boost. It's going to take some more upward action, in my personal opinion, for that to happen. And right now, we're getting a little bit of a pullback. So do expect to see prices drop back to this level. I'm just going to throw a little price tag on there, and we'll call it a day on Bitcoin. Oh, what was that? Well, that's weird. That wasn't a price label. So looking here about 42.9, but ideally I'm targeting this 4 hour 50 moving average right there. Let me go ahead and put you blue because that's what my moving average is. About 42.7, something like that, maybe. We'll pull a little fib, just kind of get a little double check for some confluence as to pullback area. Let's go ahead and mark this little guy down here. I mean, I know we got it marked at the 50. I can't grab him. Stop doing that. But I'm going to mark this 50% moving average right there. That's at 42.529. Impulse move can move back to that 50% move, Fibonacci. But I am impressed that we're staying sideways for so long, and as long as we stay sideways, well, that kind of helps our altcoins out a little bit. Speaking of altcoins, let's take a look at the indices, what's going on with them. Bitcoin dominance fell down below again. She lost that channel one more time, and that only helps us out. So Bitcoin dominance falls, price is staying the same, yet what's going on? We're getting a little bounce here, Bitcoin dominance, so, people turn into, don't forget Bitcoin. And we're getting a little rejection here on total 3. That's the main thing that I want to look at here. We came up and we reached this area about 493 billion, double top there, and now we're getting rejected. And this will probably be the weekend price action that we see out of these altcoins. They're probably going to drop. That's what the 4 hour total 3 is suggesting, that we'll come back down and probably test this area right here. I think I'll just draw a line. Just pretty much the last highs that we had right there. That's where I expect us to come down to. Losing a few billion over this weekend. Don't stress it. It'll be right back next week. Same thing happened last week. So maybe about, what is that? 11, 12 billion coming out of the market this weekend, possibly. Affecting our altcoins, making some go on sale. Let's come over here and check out the chat real quick before we start jumping into some of these altcoins. If you guys got any altcoins you want me to take a look at, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I've still got a list of things to go over from last night, but I think I went over most of the important ones. We'll circle around this, but more interested in what you guys are interested in at the moment. I always talk about what I'm interested in. Chris says, I have a bit of Ordi, but I sold most of my crypto. Oh, did you really? And I do like Ordi. It's kind of hanging out right now. I think it's starting to level off a little bit, but that one will make some gains. It may take it a little while to settle down, but I am looking for some big things at Ordi, so I wanted to make sure I had a bag of that too. Oh, it makes me feel silly for not keeping it at $8, but I didn't. I had to buy it a lot higher to build my bags there. So on the hour, man, they're getting hit there too, aren't they? Let's check out our watch list. These are the ones that have been up for the whole year. They look green for the year, right? Some of the good ones. See how they're doing on the weekly, how they're getting hit. These are some of the strong coins that probably kind of keep your eye on. Maybe wants to think about putting bags in because they've been doing well. And they're all discounted today. Some of them discounted for the week here. See, Alex is dropping a little bit there. All right, let's go ahead and let's just jump right on into it. Moonlight Supernova says, Octa, por favor. Let's go with Octa. Octa USTD, Octa Space, Tether. It's on Pancake Swap, Mexi, CoinX, Gate.io. And let's zoom out to take a look. First, I want to take a look at the weekly because I'm not as familiar with this one. Kind of see what's going on. Here's the good thing. Our moving average just got just enough price action here to let us see the moving average. The 9 moving average, and we're above it. It did wick below it. That's a little sign of weakness, but it's a sign of strength to be right back above it, so I wouldn't worry about it. As long as you're above the 9 on the weekly or on any time frame, you're good. It's good. It's only when you lose that 9 that you got to start second guessing. So the 3 hour, you lost the 9, and when you lose the 9, of course, we're coming to the 21 and finding some support there. Okay. So I'm going to take a trend line from the 3-day chart and get that little guy right there. And that's probably where we can come back to, or wick to. Currently on the 3-day chart, that would come in right around this area, about 58.87. Here's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the daily. Now the daily's got me a little concerned here because we're losing the 50 moving average. That's this blue line, and when we do that, well, that is cause for concern because, well, the next one down is the 100. Only we do not have enough price action on here to spell it out. My guess is that it's probably right around where our trend line is. All right, so seeing all that, let's come down to the 4 hour, and here is your flip. Now, you got a secondary trend line right here, and it broke. Well, but it was right up here, man, where the real flip happened. And that's where the 50, we're on the 4 hour here, 50 crossed the 200, and actually all the moving averages crossed negatively, bearishly over the 200. Not the best sign, so I am definitely looking for this area about right here. And you've already got one little test mark right there, and it's a good rule of thumb. And if you look to the left over here, you can kind of see it. These 2 wicks over here, if we put a line on the top of them, you can see it comes right to the bottom of that other wick there. So that's a support resistance flip. So I'm going to raise this to just right there. So it's going to be the zone is going to be the best area to kind of add this to your bag. I do think that it's got a good chance of getting a pullback here. Or a reversal. A bounce. Bounce is what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to find my little box here. Let's draw a little box, a little buy box. Anywhere through here, I think is a good place to try to pick this little guy up. Buy zone. Buy. Well, that's not what I was trying to do. Template. Yeah, that should have been horizontal line. I'm on the wrong freaking thing. Now we got it. So put our little buy zone right there, and right around this price, runs right at 60 cents. Let's take a look at Octa. I'm not really familiar with it. I've heard of it, or maybe it was something else. Octa Space. Oh, well, tease me with, wow, 48 million maximum supply, 25.3 million in circulation. Small market cap, 18 million. What are we looking at here? Octa Space. All-time high for this guy was 24 days ago when it went to $1.06. We're at 72 cents right now. Let's go check it out. Don't want to pass up a gem pick, do we? Shout out to Moonlight Supernova for requesting Octa. We take a look at it. Octaspace distributed computing. I like that narrative. VPN and data storage. Octaspace is a user-friendly cloud platform that grants access to distributed computing, data storage, serving, VPN, and more. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned in distributed computing, Octaspace makes it easy for you. Okay. Initial project launch proof of work network and POA sidechain. Okay. Launch GPU VPN marketplace. I really like how we're starting to lean away from proof of stake and we're starting to see more proof of work coins come back, because that means something, and I like the proof of work projects. So this one's went in favor with me, just what I'm seeing right now. Of course, always do a deep dive on your own, read the white papers, find out what you're investing in. But this one looks kind of nice. Blender distributed rendering support. Interesting. So interesting. Very very cool. Let's take a look at that chart again. Octa. So if she comes down to 60 cents, we're going to add this to our watch list. I kind of like the way that one looks. And it's on MXC. Let's see if there's any restrictions there for U.S. citizens to access it. Sometimes there are, and they just don't show up, and then you have to use a VPN to get them. Really, what I'm doing is putting a limit order at 60 cents. I'm catching that knife as it falls down. I like that one, actually. Strega says Pendle's killing it. Is it? It needs to. My Pendle bags need to go up. Pendle, you're at $1.14. Okay. What a weird looking chart. What you're doing here? So we had this, and then I don't know what the hell you did. We have to change our trend line here. Say we got you. You're valid. Ooh, look, support resistance flip. Oh, I guess I have to rock with you, man. You're valid. So breakout of a falling channel, broadening pattern, however you want to look at it. Couple trend lines there. We got this one. And that one, that's the one we lost and are retesting right now. If she falls, this one will most likely catch her. All right, so now we can kind of see what's going on here. We lost that trend line, and what normally happens is that it gets rejected there. I'm on the daily chart here too. Now, will that happen? You got some strong signs on Pendle saying that, oh, you did. You crossed. Oh, it looked like it didn't. And it looked like the MACD was going to give it some backup there. MACD looks like it wants to do something a little bit more bullish, but got to give that one a shot. Okay, the daily's getting rejected at the 21 moving average. We're above the 9, but the 9 has just crossed the 50, so psych out. More than likely we're coming into this cloud, so darn it. I'm going to venture to say that it'll probably come in. It has a good chance. I can't say for certain yet, but it's got a good chance to come back and retest this trend line. There's some volume there, though. That's good. That's technically a breakout of this channel. All right. Let's see what the 4 hours. Oh, the 4 hours starting to look a little ballsy here. The 4 hours starting to respect this breakout. All right, so Pendle, are you going to mess around all weekend, or are you going to do like this little This little thing where you come up and do an inverted head and shoulder bear trap and then come back in and go up. That's what I think you're going to do. That's what it's starting to look like to me. So at first I'm looking for it to come back down here, but seeing how we broke out of here with volume, why? Why would it come back down here? Being above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, why would it come back down here? No reason for it to. 9 crossed the 200, it crossed the 100, the 21's crossing the 50. This thing is secretly going to go up, so she may be tripping around for a little bit. But I'm looking for it to break back into this trend line and then go up, so there might be something there. If you're a true degen, oh gosh. Front running this would prove it. That's risky. It could still get rejected and still come down to these areas, but that's what I'm seeing it do. I want to leave that up there just to see if it plays out anywhere close to that. Whatsoever says Adam. Adam's doing pretty good, pretty nice. I don't want perps. I want this. I don't like charting perpetuals unless I'm trading perpetuals. I like to always track the spot. All right, so Adam's sitting at $11, basically $11.20. It's kind of a breakout here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that worked. That's valid for that trend line. Yeah, I can ride with that. Okay, I'll keep that valid. All right, let me back out to the daily chart. See what's going on. Okay, yeah. So we had Adam in a trade setup after breaking out of this flag area here. Buying the breakout or the retest of that. I don't think I got that set down low enough, do I? But buying that breakout area gives you a chance for about a 40% move to the measured move there. I'm just going to double check this. Put that at that breakout, do any kind of readjustments if I need to. It's actually coming up just a little bit more. About 1406 there. And that gives about a 41% gain there. I am looking for this to play out. I'm actually looking for Adam to actually try to break out of this trend line right here. Probably come back and retest it. And then either hit the target or get rejected from the target. And then start moving on up from there as a breakout from this area. Because we got, you know, kind of a channel or a triangle, depending on how you want to look at it. There's a measure move from that too. I'm really more or less looking at this area right here where we've got a Adam and Eve double bottom possibility forming right here. With this green line right here being the neckline, I want to I really thought I could change those. Can I not? Make that one a line. Yeah. So to me, you got the possibility of an Adam and Eve, maybe, or anyway, a double bottom scenario, whether it's Adam and Eve or not. And they all basically work the same. And that gets us up to this area right around $28. So I kind of like that. It'll take a while for that to play out, but you know, in time it will. Adam is a good project. And now that it's starting to show some signs that it's wanting to move up, making me very happy. Because mine's just been sitting there staking forever. Lost my mic again there. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this line there so I can actually see the chart. And this is the daily right now and coming down on the 4 hour. Let's take a close look at it, see what it looks like for the weekend. What did I do here? Okay, thought I lost something. All right, so we got this trend line right now, and that's the major one. You could even tighten it up a little bit, and it's still valid, leaving that little wick and this little wick. But if we start coming down to it or breaking it, we got to pull it back to the wicks there. But that's my ultimate trend line that I don't want to see broken, and it looks like it's tightening up and starting to get some bounces here. So, Adam, she's not looking bad this weekend. It may kind of slow down a little bit and trade under this line for a little bit, but she may even break out this weekend. That would be cool. Would love to see that happen. Go for it, Adam. Let's take a look at your moving averages. Lost the 9 on the 4 hour, no big deal, as long as we don't lose the 21 and the 50. As long as all this stays above the 100, we're good. 200, 100, and the 50, all of them are in order, headed up and to the right. That's where the momentum is. The green and the red one, or the lighter weight ones, they kind of ride around with the price action. And, you know, they're just bouncing around and headed up too. They're just dancing. Like two little puppies, like a little kitten going between your legs, just flying. It's just doing all that stuff. So I like what I see for Adam. I do see higher targets. Personally, $14 would be too cheap to sell it, in my personal opinion, because Adam can do business. And when it gets up in the 20s, that's a good time to look at it. And when it gets in the 30s, you know you're doing good. But as much adoption as Adam has had over this past 4 years, it's been growing and building and expanding. It's making a name for itself. I think that, you know, reaching $50, I think it'll do more. I think it'll go higher than it did before. They did some restructuring with the tokenomics. I don't know all the details about it, but they've made some improvements, and I just got some, I like Adam. I especially like projects that are on Adam. One, because if you hold and stake Adam or pool it, especially on Osmosis, it sets you up for airdrops. Now, I haven't noticed a lot of them happening lately, but when they do happen, and they're surprise ones, you don't have to chase them like all that Twitter stuff where you got to do all these little crazy, I don't know, eat whatever they do. No, it's not like that. The good ones just show up in your wallet, and it happens. And maybe a new project might have one, but it's not a scam, but they might have you, you know, stake something and then release a little bit, have you pool something, and then they release more of it and allocate it like that. But Atom's a great place for airdrops. So I just want to make sure that this line holds. What the hell have I got going on here? We're looking at I&J trying to buy it. Oh, you came just right to the top of my box, man. How dare you? Buying the bottom of this would have been perfect. I want to leave that where I had it. That's why I couldn't tell what I had going on here. So she came down to right. Man, I&J's just doing awesome. Little cross of the 29 over the 21. No big deal. We can bounce off this trend line. I expect that we will. I don't expect us to break through that. I see good things on the 4 hour. We got the green line here on market cipher for I&J. I'm looking for I&J to hit $50. That might be on its next move right there. Now we could just flag it out because we're in flag season right now. There's lots of flags. 57% chance for this pattern to break to the upside there. Once it gets a breakout, you can fine-tune your measured move, but right now we're just going to anticipate that it will break out in this area, giving us a guesstimation target right here, $54.34 as a measured move for this flag. How well did this other flag do? How did you do? Did you hit your target? Did you hit your target? I don't think you hit your target. So, you know, you can't really count on them perfectly. And I was conservative with that one. I went from there. I didn't go all the way up here. That one didn't. Now, if you take it to the bottom channel, and sometimes I see people do that, then it did it. However, Bukowski mentions putting it at the breakout. Pretty sure. I may have to double check. I don't want to get into a side channel, but let's put it to the bottom there. Let's try this. Since the other one didn't hit, I mean, we got to mix it up a little bit. I don't want to put a target that we're not going to hit. And flags can be tricky with the targets. I'm just saying. Let's talk about a flag, shall we? Since we're going to be running into a lot of them, you might as well know something about a flag and get some right information instead of what I don't know, whatever any YouTuber wants to tell you that they've seen many, many, many times. I'm an expert. Yeah. So Bukowski's the expert, so we go talk to him because he's the GOAT. He's the guy that actually did all the math behind all this stuff. So why not listen to the man who did it, who did the study? We're looking for a flag. This is on the patternsite.com. This should be your textbook if you're a pattern trader. Thomas Bukowski should be a role model. So we're looking for flags, and I just want to see some basic statistics. Breakout is upward 60% of the time. Did you change your statistic on me, Thomas? I got 57. I went to really. Gosh darn it. Gotta change my stuff. All right, so for upward breakouts, you should see a volume trend downward. Yeah, did you know that? Did you know to look for volume coming down as the price is coming down? Yeah. Important little tidbits to know. The flag bowl, which leads to the flag, should be unusually steep and last several days. All right, we're going to look a little bit about this measured move here. I'm looking for, and I'm not right here, percentage meeting price target for up or down breakouts, 46%. That's the number. What that means is that for this line, if we were to, it means that only 40% of this line really counts. So I've got a fib from the bottom to the top, and that's a 100% scale, right? Starting from here, the way I drew it. I'm going to take this to about the 40 something area, which is about right here. I don't know. Let's just test this. According to Thomas Bukowski, it may only go up here. Let us test it. How else do you learn if you don't play around and test things out? Oh no, I'm getting all tangled up with my earphones. Call an ambulance. All right, that little price label is getting on my nerves there, but I'm going to mark this. We're going to call this a Bukowski measure moves. Just track it. See how it plays out. 41%. So this is his put bulk. I should put Bukowski. Bukowski 41% target. And we'll keep track of that. Wouldn't it be funny if that's as far as it went? All right. I'm still looking for $50. That is a level I am looking for INJ to hit. Ori chain and Nexo tokens, please. Ori has been doing pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh man, you're at the $7 mark now. You hit $8. Oh, I've been busy today. I've been watching out on you guys. You remember this thing was $2 and below $2? Yeah. I mean, she was up here at these prices before. Looked really good. I even bought some at some of these prices, I think. And then she dropped and dropped, and I just, added to my bag and bought a lot lower. I didn't buy a huge bag, although I got 2 different ones staking on 2 different wallets, and it's growing very nicely. I've got it over there messing around with DeFi, trying to get airy coin. I don't know. I'm working the DeFi thing angle on it. So she's getting ready to go parabolic. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Yetham. Or I is about to get its day. She is about to freaking go up, and I got a target at $16. Why settle for anything less, people? I mean, sure, you can target out 1170 if you want. That was the previous high we had over here. Go for it. Take some profit, sell it all, whatever your strategy is. I'm waiting for 16 and more. I think this guy can do some serious damage. And when I look at the charts, I mean, man, we're in accumulation all through here. Anywhere below $20 is accumulation, in my humble opinion, for this coin. I mean, technically 4 and below would be your best, but this is really an accumulation zone. Because we got targets at $36. Yeah. Seems impossible right now, doesn't it? Hey, you just got to give it a few months, baby. Just give it a few months. That is the 618 Fibonacci. It'll probably, have a little turbulence to deal with there. No problems. $46 is also coming in as a secondary target for that area. But right now, I'm just concerned about 16. Looking for that. That's a nice 249% gain from from where it was at the breakout. From where it is now. What did I just move? From where it is now, 157%. So, no, I moved the whole thing, didn't I? 119%. Get with the program, road dog. Golly, be professional. Jeez. So, Ori likes it. SecuX looked interesting to me. I don't think we talked about this one last night, so I'm going to pull this one up. I want to get this on, I guess, Binance. I think it was either the 3-day or the 1-day. I don't think we went over this last. Did we? Maybe we did. Did we go over this last night? I don't remember it. All right, so we got the 50 crossing the 200 moving average right here. I don't think we did. When I pull a Fibonacci, swing low to swing high. We're starting to head down to this area, the 618 now. It might catch there. It's a possibility. I'm going to adjust these trend lines here because we got a couple of them. All right, so I'm really looking at, it's a 3-day chart, not the daily. 3-day area is getting the buy signal. So wherever it comes down to, whether it comes down to the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average area, which is what I'm looking at, close to the 786 retracement area. That's about 27 cents. Or maybe we just bounce off of 33. Those are good areas. I'm just going to make a big old box right here. I am really looking at this area for a buy spot. Right with that 200 moving average, that's at 26.6, 26.7 cents. And then also, of course, this 618 Fibonacci. Now, what have I got here? Was that the breakout? Man, I need... Okay, that was the breakout for here. This was the buy. Well, you hit. This trade setup already hit. That was 137% from the breakout here. Now we're getting our pullback. It's been a minute since I looked at this or posted this one. All right, so this is already played out. So congratulations to you guys that got in on that. Oh, it's time to do the sad puppy dog eyes for likes. This channel needs your help. If we can't get it, they're going to euthanize us. Please don't euthanize the road dog. Let us live. All right. So I like this idea. Now, I don't like it breaking that trend line, but you know, I'm on the 3-day. I want to have to come down to a smaller time frame to kind of fill this one out. See how did we actually lose it, or we still got some wiggle room? We still got some wiggle room by this little wick right here. That little wick may be our saving grace. He just wanted to come down on the daily, play a little bit red light, green light, 9 crossing the 50. A little sideways action. Keep our eye on this one. If we lose the trend line, it's not good. If we bounce off this trend line, that's what I'm looking for. If we get a bounce off of that, I want to know about it. And I think the easiest way to kind of track this is just draw you a trend line right there. Put you an alert. Put an alert on it. And that way it'll let you know when it breaks that one. And it'll let me know when it breaks this one. Alerts are kind of cool, but they will drive you crazy if you let them. But I'm really looking at the possibility of getting this cheaper. She can do some damage, in my personal opinion here, because of the buy signal on the 3-day. Remember that? Yeah, we were just talking about that. I got targets right up here. We're getting rid of that. That'll be confusing. 75 and 78 cents. I kind of likes it. And much higher. SecuX, if she comes down to the 618, about 26 cents or whatever, and then comes up to our targets up here about 78 cents, that's a nice 135% move. This is one that, you know, I think is got some potential there. Looking for it to maybe hit right around $1.52. And she may get antsy in the bull run and hit about 297 or a lot higher. Who knows? Have to keep our eyes on that. I'm just going by from this high to this low. It's as far as I can go with my indicators. Anything beyond what I can read there is, well, why do it? It's just guessing. Strega said you liked again. You got the clear button? It goes solid and then it goes clear. PNG. Did we talk about that one last night? I had it circled. I think we did. It's Pangolin. Pangolin on Coinbase. See if we can get an older chart here. Pangolin. Into the block. Into the block. Into the block. Into the block. You on Mexi? Choo. Okay. Mexi's got the chart, baby. All right, she is on the 3-day riding above the 9. I'd see that right here. Of course, she needs to chill out a little bit. But as long as she's above the 9, I can't say anything bad about her, you know? All right, Pangolin. Ooh, love how these fibs work, man. How they just, before it even happened, it tells you, hey, man, this is a hiccup zone. Right where it found support at one time, 31.9, right, 32 cents. It's my main target for Pangolin because we got to get above that. That's my theory. That's my system at this point in the game. If the total swing high, the swing low, if you can't get beyond that 236 Fibonacci area, oh, you're stuck in a range at a bottom, or your coin's going to suck. It's got to go there. It's got to test it. That's the, could we call it the start line? It's the one that, it's not the finish line. It's the line that, this is pre-qualification. This is qualified. You got to get up here to qualify for me. After it gets up there, it's got a lot of targets in between, but after that, the main one I look for is 78 cents at 618. Because that's the next most important one here. So we're sitting at right about 11 cents right now with this little guy. Have you topped out? It looks like you might have topped out. Let's try a fib and see. Yeah, she hit our 127 area, went just a little bit above. So yeah, she's pulling back right now. She topped. Most likely. Hell, she could be doing a freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another wave up. So I think that we're in topping territory. And so that lets me pull another fib to get an idea where we might come back to. And of course, loosen the 9 will bring us back to the 21. So we're right around here, basically. Oh, yeah. Okay, so keep hitting the wrong button. So technically, this is a good buy zone. From 68 all the way up to, or 6.8 all the way up to a dime. But if you want to be a little more picky, I would go right here. 618 definitely. Do you feel my heartbeat? 8.78, and we may get support for where we are. It's worth noting that on the 3-day, we have not yet had the golden cross, 50 cross in the 200, the buy signal. It's already happened on the daily. That's one that we mostly go by. Happened a while back. So, what's the chances of you holding your current trend? So far, so good. And it might, but it is the weekend, so we got to watch this one closely. Pangolin, if she gets a bounce from here, it's kind of like the other one. More upside. If she loses this, well, we can start looking at some of these other, maybe juicer prices. It doesn't need to make a lower low, though. All right, this little guy is looking kind of neat, too. XVS. I haven't played this one in a long, long time. And Binance will definitely have the chart for this one. This is, gosh, I forgot the name of it. It's a BNB. It's on the BNB chain, though. And they do pretty good. Good Lord, I was playing way over here. Boy, let's clear this chart out and take a look at this guy. So she went all the wow. I should just delete the whole chart. Now we'll clear it up. So she went all the way up to almost $150. Currently sitting at $10. So, and has been lower. It does pretty good. This one did have a lot of hype when it first came out. It's one of the first ones that Binance kind of got behind and put on, I think, their launch pad and stuff. Sadly, I can't remember what the actual name of it is. XBS. I know it will come back to me. XBS. Venus. Duh. Venus Protocol. So there's 30 million maximum supply. That's kind of cool, right? Total supply is 29.7. 15 million in circulation, and that's why it's hanging out at 10. It hung around under $2 for the longest, and then about $5. It did a lot better last run than I'd expected, and I got out of it way too early, and it did. It just took off. So she can do well. It's one that's worth looking at. You guys probably wonder what it is. Oh, they changed their site. Interesting. Universal money markets. You can borrow and loan stable coins and all this other stuff. It's where when you want a lot of money to go play DeFi and go do something, you go to these places and you borrow a bunch of money with your crypto and stuff. It's for the big players, basically, or anybody, but big players use it. It's kind of like an Aave kind of situation or something. So nice. We are leaving accumulation zone right now. That was pretty much ended right here. And 817 may be an area it could revisit at some point to retest this area, or maybe not. Maybe it's done with it. 850. It's getting ready to go. I'm on the weekly chart here. Money flow is starting to come up into the green. Hasn't got there yet. All right, so I'm going to come down to the, well, let me get a few other little targets here since we're on a bigger move here. So $36 was the, I believe that's the 236 of that overall move. But now we got one right now on this current move, from the swing high to swing low, and that's where we're finding trouble right now. So imperative that right now we get above 1229. If it does, and you're not in it, and you want to get in it, you probably need to get in it then. And that will probably be the last chance to get that good of a deal on it. So there might be a possibility to front run that, but you're taking a risk that, hey, what if we don't get above that, and then we're going to range down here, and that would suck. However, the signs are saying we're getting bullish. All right, so let's come down and look at the daily on Venus XVS, and it looks great. It's above the 9 moving average. Ichimoku Cloud is just looking beautiful. She is starting her early stages of parabolic activity right here. She's verging up. She's already got three trend lines right there. She's getting ready to go. Gosh darn it. Are you on MixC? Where are you available? I can get you on Pancake Swap. I didn't think about that. You're not on MixC, Binance, PointPay, Digifinix. This one can do some hot stuff, and I have forgotten about this one. It's also available on crypto.com. I think they've got it. I think I bought it over there before. So I'm kind of liking this one. I'm actually going to add this one to our list. So I think this one can at least get a good 10x. When she goes, and she's, I mean, look. Just straight up. Nice run, nice, quick, hard, heavy, fast run. So when she does run, she moves hard, fast, and heavy. So one to put on your radar that, according to the bigger time frames, is getting ready to do something. Here's another one that is on my radar called UMA. So UMA is getting ready to get across to the 9 over the 200 on the 3-day. Got the little thin Ichimoku Cloud. Now there might be a retest, there might be a pullback, there could be. We'll look on some of the smaller time frames to check that out. But this one is showing me some signs that she might be ready to. She got rejected there at the 618. But she's above the 200 and above the 9, so still very bullish. I would say anywhere in here, in my personal opinion, would be a good buy zone. That's $1.71, 202. We're sitting at 214 right now. Zoom out on this little guy, and maybe you can see the appeal. Accumulation. Starting to break above the 200 moving average. Lots of good signs right there. Got a 236. Must make it past that point area here at 628 for this leg. There's another smaller one for this leg. I'll mark that one too. That's coming in about 390. And then, of course, for the home move, when it was up at almost $44 there, right here. So if I was going to mess with this, those are the main targets I would be looking for. I see no reason to put any other different ones on there. Those are the major places that it's got to get up and beyond. So for UMA, which let's take a look at the tokenomics here. UMA, it gets its turn in the market. It does. 116.3 million maximum supply, basically about 75 million in circulation, $160 million market cap, small market cap, 100 million, still small. All-time high, according to CoinMarketCap, 41.56, down 94.95% from that, making it a still great place to get in on this one. $2.14. Even if you went by the percentages like that, a win to buy in. It's a good spot. She had gotten down to about 127, so not even quite a double up from there. It's still early to get on this one, so if you're looking for something to get in early that has some potential for some legs to go up, UMA is now showing signs that it's time to start looking at her. It's time to start taking her seriously now. And if she breaks out of this trend line, we are definitely headed around to 384. That might be a nice little trade setup to try to play it that way. Just buy the breakout, just to be a little sure. But that'd be a nice 57% gain, just to 348. And if you hold on to it, gets up to 619, 151% gains on that little guy. So I like what I'm seeing here for UMA. I'm not in this, but I'm trying to find some movers, and that's basically, I believe she's going to be a mover once she breaks out. So this is the safe buy zone. So this is the safe buy after breakout. And that would give you about 61% gains right there. So nice. And from here to what, 619, that's 160%. I'm gonna put a little price tag right here on this little guy. Oh, where'd you go? That's at 242. Oh, I did that wrong. So she might get a pullback and come to some cheaper prices, but if you wanted to be the safe thing, wait for the breakout and the retest, get in about 242. Take profit at 384, 619. Could be a play there. I'm going to share this with the Telegram group. Telegram group. Oh no, I lost it. UMA, we are on the 3-day chart. All right, we had about what, 150% gains, right? all-time high was what? $41. Okay, so we got that little guy shared over there. Maui Carp. Hey, Chile is pumping. The bonk killer. Solana ecosystem is hot. Solana is very hot. I'm trying to play with the DeFi and stuff over there. I'm not having. It's not leveling out for me right now. Let's take a look first at Solana, and then we can check out some of the Solana coins. Oh, baby, are you getting back up there? Let's come down to the 4 hour, a little bit more relevant for our weekend trading here. She got rejected. Are you getting rejected? You losing the 9-moving average, Solana? You didn't even make it up for our target at 107. How dare you? So she may be getting a pullback, and if she does, well, it's nice and juicy. One such place that she might come back to retest. $80.79 right through there. Could happen. Yeah, that'd be nice for picking up more or whatever you got to do there. We're at a trend line on the top of this, and I'm going to actually say that she may not make it all the way back down to this one. It may just be 84.65. Two little possible areas. Pick her back up again. Should be a parabolic move after this, after a retest though. That's a nice breakout of a bearish pattern. You know what happens after that? Yeah, we're headed to 134. Bonk. Bonk it. Bonk it. Oh, bonk got hit. Yeah, what are you doing? Are you serious? Did you actually come back into the pattern, bonk? For real? All right, so we're looking at, what is this, 15.6? 15.8, 15.7, somewhere through there. So she got rejected, and she got rejected off the inside of the trend line. So she's coming down. All right, don't shoot the messenger. But usually when you get a situation like this, yeah, I'm cool with being wrong on this, but I gotta throw it out there. When she comes back into the pattern, she may not bounce here. She could. If she does, that's bullish. But a lot of times it drives on through, and we'll probably come back down to the 200 moving average and have to deal with it. I'm just saying. Be aware that happens a lot. That's kind of the norm with this thing. However, I mean, this trend line may surprise us and may hold. We're going to twerk it up just a little bit, tweak it up, make it a little bit more accurate, include these wicks. Give us all the wiggle room that we can get. And so that's down at 14.2945. I am going to true, it is a buy zone technically. What's the best way to do this? You've got your standard buy zone, but then you kind of want a little degen buy zone for when things just go wrong. Man. All right, so my little degen buy zone, it's not really that deep though. Let's see if we can, yeah, I don't think that's happening, maybe. I don't think that's happening. There was a chance that she could have got her bounce here off the 618. She's not. And she broke back into the trend line. So that's telling me that, you know, hopes for this move to do a one-to-one type thing probably not going to play out. Probably not going to happen. So I've got to see, clean up my charts a little bit. Where are we coming down to? All right, total swing high to swing low. Okay, now this makes more sense to me. So we're getting caught up on the 50% area, and you know, we're showing some bearishness. There's a possibility that it holds at that level by Dow theory, but doesn't mean it have to. That's why we have the 618 that gets everybody so uppity and happity. Hoppity. Now, I don't know if the 200 can come up to the 618 by the time price gets there. If it does, that would be awesome. If it doesn't, then target the 200 too. But right now, I'm looking at this one for an actual target. This was support resistance, right? The other one. Still got a little bit of confluence with those other targets. All right, so I'm going with this guy, 135019. I think that is I think that's where we're coming back to. So, should I alter this? I think technically, yeah, you should. You should change it up. I think your optimum buy zone might be in here, although this might be one of those charts where it just comes down, just don't even touch my buy zone and starts heading to the upside. Who knows? Could be. But our trend line actually comes to that buy zone too, so I think that's a little bit more what we're looking at, but I'm targeting that little guy. And that guy. Marker. Striker says he didn't save extra for the bonk dip. I'll sell half. Play it safe. Sounds like a plan. And Chile was the other coin that we were talking about, right? I haven't played that one in a minute. I was wondering about this one, when it will start taking off. Well, we got a little something here. We were watching, and that broke out and retested, failed, broke out. Wow, did some wild stuff here. So you're basically just extending everything here, which takes us, if we go to the bottom here, maybe we should have paid more attention to those. Well, now we can pay more attention to these. Ooh. Now that doesn't give me anything solid at the moment. So now, if you see what I'm doing, I've got a order of operation here with candles. The beginning and then to our first ones that touch on the bottom. And if that doesn't line up, well, then we start from these points. Get a secondary tier going on here. And we were playing, you know, technically worked this until we lost that. And now we're playing this little guy. And it seems to hold, but look at that. It's weakened now. We had this little buy zone, so if you bought into the buy zone, you're still doing good, you're still in profit, higher highs, higher lows, all that typical up, down kind of stuff. Hang 10, man, ride the wave, catch it, dude, whoa. So. This little guy means that the next time that we come down and test this trend line, well, he may not stick. It'll probably break below, wick below, do something. It's weakening the trend line every time it does that. I don't like that, but I do like that we're starting to get up above this area. If we can clear this area here, what is that, 8.5 cents? And Chile's? That's what I would like to see, is get above that, and then we can start working toward 9.82. Now I want to zoom out here to the daily, since we kind of got our bearings there on the smaller time frames. For what's going on, could you be an inverted head and shoulder? I know a lot of people will immediately jump on that. I mean, maybe play that way. Yeah, I guess you did. You did break out of that. completed the neckline. That's the biggest thing. That's got a measure move up to 11.9, almost 12 cents. Whether you look at this as a, you know, a sideways channel or as an inverted head and shoulders, same thing. Just right under 12 cents for a measured move possible right there.
The three of us, we are soldiers. No, we never blush.
Just trying to get the basic areas that we really got to get above. The most important areas that we got to get above.
The three of us,
Why mess with anything other at this point in the game?
my girls are better than your girls, 'cause they're not really girly girls, like a girly girl. They're really cool, not that shallow.
So these are 2, 3, 6 areas are basically we got to get above them. So let's make them targets. Because it will probably get rejected there on the first time, or a little bit below it, in front running a little bit. Under 20 cents and right around 26 cents is where I see us are good targets to have for this little guy. Currently sitting at 11.8 cents, about 12 cents. Is that right? No, we're sitting at 8 cents. That was a target. Shorter term target for you shorter term traders there. 11.8 cents. But breaking out past this area here, where this little white line or red line is, this little green box, 8.472, that's basically where we are now. Getting up to this is the main target I would be looking at. And it you know, it's not going to be a straight ride up there, but I just like to let them take their time to go. That would be 130% gains right there. So kind of like that. Oh, come on. And I want to take one from there to this measure move. 11.8, and then what's that, about 40% gains there for Chili's. Now she is getting the green light, or she's had the green light on the daily. The indicator's looking okay. She's struggling right now, trying to break past that trend line, but once she gets past there, I think she's going to be just fine. 100's getting ready to cross the 200. Could be a pullback from that, or it could give it just a little boost up that it needs. I like what I'm seeing there. Buy zone is gone. That was already, well, we did have it as a buy zone. Let's keep it there. We're past it now, but it did dip into it. Alright, I'm just trying to get, yeah, this will work. Send this over to the Telegram group. This is Uma on the daily chart. Swing trade idea. Alrighty. Alright guys, time is now 12:16. Oh, I got to do one more. Have we done this? Did we do this the other night? I meant to. I don't know if I did. I may have. S Fun, C2Fi Fun. That one's been kind of hot. Showing some promise. She's way hot right now. Let's see what she's doing. This is another token metrics hot pick right here. All right, yeah, so that little guy. Non-moving average is coming up to that support resistance flip area there. If we do get a pullback about 291, that would probably be a good place to kind of try to get in on this guy. Smaller turn time frames. Let's check it out, see if we lost our trend line or not. We were riding above, or marking this one, we got above it, but then we lost it. So I'm keeping the angle, and the match is up here to there. So I think I'll stick with that angle. Although, yeah, that works better than anything else I got, actually. I'll stick with that. She's starting to curve a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. May have a move to 649. Zoom out and see what else we got here. I am looking actually for 1062, 618 Fibonacci there. Let me just verify where our 236 area is, and that's where we're getting rejected at right now. So if we keep going on, if we can make it above 433, we're on par to go to 649 and then ultimately up to $10.62 out of SecuX S Fund. Just got to get past this area here. What happened this weekend? Well, I don't know about that. But we do have a trend line that is kind of holding. It's not the greatest trend line. It's based on a channel. However, if I were looking at this any other way, I would have this trend line and we're still good on that. So I think I will just make that one dashed. So we could get a bounce off that. If we lose it, we still got this one to back us up, and that's the main one I'm watching right here. But we're getting away from it because we're starting to go up a little bit, starting to curve up. So a little bit of rounding going on, which could be a sign of the major upside that we get up to that $10 area. So SecuX, good one to keep your eyes on. Mentor Mirage, hey, welcome to the show, man. All right, guys, it is 12:19. If you could hit that like button, help the puppies, save the dogs. Don't let them euthanize us. Don't let YouTube euthanize us. Guys, trade carefully this weekend. Low liquidity this weekend. Altcoins will probably be played by the market makers and slammed around, and people just thrown all nervously crazy. Leverage trading, well, I don't know. It's probably thrown to, I don't know. Mine are still doing good. Oh, I'm in the negative on some of these. I'll let some of them get past me. Gosh darn it. Where are the stop losses? All right. Aptos is still up 185%. Yay. You need to take some profit, baby. What's up with you? You're at 931. You haven't taken profit yet? Shame on you. Shame on you. You got to take a little bit. Take it. Take that profit. Take it. Take it. What? You're up 100% on IMX? Take the profit. Take some profit. I'm not marketing because that's too much. Take some profit. Pay yourself. Get some of that money. Make it real. Those ones aren't up enough for me yet. Little account, we're trying to grow it, man. From $100, we're at $886. Been up and down, up and down, up and down lately. All right, guys, appreciate you being here. I'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll check out some more altcoins, and I'll dig around and see if I can find some more. They're getting ready to pop off. Bring your coins. I'll bring my list. We'll just have a big old altcoin party. Good night, everybody. Let you see my little ad, my little like ad again.
It's unnerving when crypto is swerving. Your portfolio is veering down a deep black hole. But if you watch Road Dog and you listen closely, we'll help you gain control. Well, if you think this channel channel is groovy and you'd like to show your support, well, there are a few things that you can do. Find that like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel. And
Let's hit the like button now. Let's hit the like button now.
it's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. It's Crypto Rival. The really drives you out. Let's hit the like button now. Let's hit the like button now.